Hello, everyone. You can notice that I am missing somebody. I'm missing my sweet husband. He had some commitments that he had to stay true to. And that's the topic for today. We're going to be talking about commitment. Before we get started, though, let's hear from Yvonne Hunter with Platinum Home Warranty.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Hunter, and I'm with Platinum Home Warranty. If you've not heard of us, we're known for our in-house technicians and high customer service reviews. So check us out on our Facebook page or on our website to learn more about pricing and coverages.
Today, we're going to be talking about see how used to I am to have Chuck with me. But today we're talking about a very timely subject. It's about commitment. This time of year, we're doing goal setting, we're doing vision boarding, and we're trying to decide what are we committing to in the next year. So this topic is the value of commitment, and we're going to unpack that this week on Midweek Mindfreak.
Chuck and Angela run multiple million-dollar companies. They are members of Riz Media's Billionaire Club, have coached and mentored thousands of agents, and are international speakers. They say by radically changing your mindset, not only can you change your outlook on life, but affect the actual results you obtain. Welcome to Midweek Mindfreak.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we're going to be talking about commitment today. And what is commitment? Commitment is actually you being dedicated to something. It's decisive. When you're committed to something, it's really obvious because you can see it in your actions. It demands your time and it demands your effort. And all commitments produce results. Now, you can be totally committed to the wrong things, and you can be totally committed to the right things, but all commitment requires some things. It requires a work ethic. It requires a sense of responsibility, a discipline, and passion. Usually when you're really committed to something, it evokes a passion within you because that's what true commitment produces. The problem is we think we commit to things, or we say we're committed to something, but you're really not because you're misusing the word commitment. So if we don't get really clear about what is commitment, what is the value of commitment, and what does it look like, you're going to say you're committed to something, but you really aren't. And let's take a really obvious example. When we get married, I would say that's a pretty significant commitment, but yet over half of marriages ended up in divorce. So what is that saying? That I think that some people lack a true and full understanding of what commitment is. So like I said, you can be committed to some wrong things and some right things, but when you're deciding on what to be committed to, you really need to give it some thought. Because if you're truly going to commit to something, it's going to require, like I said, a strong work ethic, discipline. It's going to demand your time and effort, and it's going to be hard. A commitment to something that's worthwhile will cause you to run into roadblocks and challenges. And if you're not truly committed, if you haven't dug deep into yourself to understand what does the commitment mean, and are you willing to go through those things in order to fulfill that commitment, well, then it's going to end up in failure. So the first thing that you're going to do, because a lot of us are goal setting. We have another goal setting and vision board workshop on the 18th that if you want to go to, just reach out and I will get you an invitation. The last one was fantastic. And I was thinking about the things that I wrote down. So like one of my commitments is I want to incredibly impact 50 to 60 women in a way that's so tangible that at the end of the year next year, they can say, Angela, this is what you did for me last year, and it made this result in my life. And you can put your finger to it. I'm committed to that. I've thought through what that means. I've thought through the actions I need to take and the time and the effort that I'm going to have to exude in order to fulfill that commitment. So when you're thinking about the things that you are going to commit to, you should be asking yourself a couple of questions. First of all, does the thing that you're going to commit to actually fit into your overall plan? So if you really think about it, sometimes we get so excited about an idea or so excited about a perceived outcome that we commit too soon. We say yes before we really thought about what does yes actually mean? And and I'm talking about big commitments, not commitment to eat sushi at 12, which I'm totally committed to do. But what are you committing to that are the big things that you know is going to require effort and sacrifice. So you need to ask yourself, does it fit into your plan? And does it actually benefit you and the people around you? Is it a benefit, or is it something that is something you just decided you should commit to, but it really doesn't fit? We sometimes get pressured to commit to things that don't make any sense, that really don't fit into your life, your plan. It would be like me committing to enrolling my kids in club sports. Doesn't fit in my plan. I'm not going to commit to that, even if it sounds like a good idea to me. Then you also have to talk about with yourself or with somebody else the pros and cons of that commitment. Now, I'm not suggesting every single thing that you commit to needs to be like overthought. So don't take this in the wrong way. But if you're making big commitments, your goals for 2021, the things you want to accomplish, the people you want to pour into, you need to think about the pros and cons of the commitment you're about to make so you can determine, does it really fit in to a commitment that is going to be something that you're going to be willing to go through the hard things in order to fulfill. So here's the difficulty. We make promises about behaviors and outcomes, but we ignore the process that's going to be necessary in order to fulfill it. So imagine one of my kids saying, I want to get straight A's. You know, I'm committed to getting straight A's, but they don't do their homework and they don't study and they don't pay attention in class. Well, all of those things that may not be the fun part of getting straight A's is totally necessary in order to have that outcome. So when you say, let's use real estate, because I have a large real estate audience, right? What are you committed to? If you're committed to success in real estate, there are going to be some processes that you have to commit to as well. You can't just commit to, I want a lot of money or I want a lot of closings without all of the things that you have to commit to get there. So you need to think through it. And that's why we goal set. That's why Matt Long told us, what do? You go and you make this vision, you dream. And then you go, wait a minute, do I really want that? Because what goals need to go alongside these things on my vision board in order for those to come true? So Conrad, just reach out to me and I'll get you an invitation. So he said, go dream, put it on a vision board. Awesome, right? And then goal set. So say this has to, by this date and this time, the SMART goals, we'll go over that. But then he said, break those down. What has to happen in order for those to come true? That's commitment. That's where you really get a clear picture of the commitment part of it. So let me give you an example, and don't misunderstand commitment, because I think one of the biggest things about commitment is the word belief. So for example, we got a lot of scrutiny when we closed down Revelation to go over to EXP. Why would you do that? That was your baby. You were so committed. You were committed to us, said some of the agents. You were committed to the company, said some other people. And the thing that people fail to realize is, yeah, we're super committed people. But at one point, we discovered something that changed our belief, right? So we believed for 15 years that Revelation was the bee's knees, and it was. And we were committed to it, and we put all of our time and effort, and we did a lot of things, and we sacrificed a lot. And then our belief changed. We found something that we believed to be better for our agents and for ourselves. So therefore, our commitment changed. These things are really an important part of deciding what to commit to. So let's go back to, the value of commitment, which is the topic. Commitment is fantastic. It is. It's hard. And it takes a lot of work, but it sure does build character. Why does commitment build character? Because it forces you, if you're truly committed, it forces you to go through really hard and challenging things. And so many people quit there. So many people quit. That it gets hard. There's conflict. You don't like how something is going. You don't like the people maybe who are around you at the moment. And instead of pushing through because you're committed, you bail. So being committed actually makes you go through those things, and it builds your character. Commitment is relative, by the way. I read this really funny meme or Chuck would say meme, but it's a meme that said something like, It was a boss going, I need you to give me 110%. And the employee was like, well, I'm only giving you 20, so I guess I'll bump it up to 22, right? so that the idea of commitment is actually really relative, and the best judge of your level of commitment is yourself, because you know your internal thoughts, you know your belief, you know how you're really exerting effort or you're not. So it is relative. And the last thing I want to say is there are really only 3 states of being when it comes to being committed to something. You're either resistant to it, like the answer is a hard no. I'm not committed to that at all. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the other side of the spectrum. You're totally committed, right? But in between is this thing, this bad word, this terrible word that I'm just gonna, it's not maybe the exact right word, but just compliance. You're just doing something to do it because someone told you should, or you think you should. That is the worst place to be. That's lukewarm. Even the Lord says, I will vomit you out. You are neither hot nor cold. You are lukewarm. You need to find those things that get you out of the middle and over to commitment. And that means that you're going to have to resist something too, but get out of the middle, make commitments. It builds character, it produces results, and it is so worth the effort. If you want to be involved in the next vision board and goal setting workshop, contact me. I'm easy to find, and I will get you an invitation. Thank you so much for listening to Just Me, and God bless you guys.